Well, hello there, and welcome to part 3 of the Stalker Assassin. We're gonna continue our journey now. And looks like Lair's done. We're down to dungeon 12. We found the orcish mines. I don't know yet where to go next. It was this funny game without the remove curse scrolls while wearing an cursed amulet of inaccuracy. Feels bad. Feels terribly bad. So let's have a look at my training here. Short blades is getting there. I'm training spellcasting. Yeah, poisonous vapors going on. Yeah, we're getting there. So let's go. I feel like a visit in the orcish mines might be in order. I feel an oppressive heat upon me, and there's an orc with a distortion whip. That's nasty. Alright, so this means there's a fire vault on this level, and me not having any fire resistance gear. Oh man, I don't think I should do this. Okay. Let's take it slowly. Let's take it slowly and carefully. Shoot a few orcs along the way. I always hated when these vaults show up before I have some sort of resistance, because, well, I'm one greedy person and a curious too. So, overall, I feel very tempted to. What was that? Slow rumble of a very distant avalanche. Alright. I feel very tempted to at least stick my head into it. Although it sounds like a terrible idea without any fire resistance going on. These fire and ice vaults are especially dangerous if you have no resistances at all, and more often than not they're also very dangerous if you even have 1 pip of resistance. So somehow I hope this place will just crumble down before I get tempted too hard to enter it. Interesting. There's a transporter here. How do I detect stuff? Oh, it's the boots of the assassin, I see. Alright, so let's get into this room and shoot a few orcs. Oh, well, somehow I feel like maybe this whole place is not reachable from here. Book of Minor Magic. Let's learn that blink. Do I want to learn Conjure Flame too? Oh well, for now I want to. For now I certainly want to. There's a hat collection here. Oh boys. Double unique hats. It's interesting. But this time I remember not having any remove curse scrolls available, so I'm gonna stick to this +2 helmet and be happy with it, instead of equipping something which puts me into a worse spot than I'm already in. So yeah, luckily this vault was not in the vicinity of the first area here, so I get saved from my curiosity here. Bunch of orc warriors. Let's take them upstairs. First, the small one. Let's check if I can. Yes, I can. Okay, let's slowly clear these mines out and see what we can find here. Oh, well, I'm gonna find some remove curse soon. Wait, what? Oh, that's a distortion branded hand axe. That's why I'm teleported around. Oops. Could have been a banishment too, but looks like it was lucky this time. So there's an orc sorcerer hanging around back there. Let's see if I can sneak up. Yes, I can. He left a nice little splat on the floor. I really want some remove curse, guys. Please. Almost feel like I'm not seeing any of those anytime soon, but we're gonna see. So, I'm focusing short blades, right? Because this short sword will be at level 12 on Mindalay, alright. Ta-ta. So this run is going very smoothly so far. The +9 hand crossbow is still carrying me pretty hard here. And keep abusing this penetration effect. Hitting 3 people at once? Sure, why not? That's why I feel like the penetration brand is a very, very strong one to achieve. So this Orc Knight could be very dangerous, so I'm taking this slowly. Although the regeneration kicking in is helping me a lot here. This place isn't crumbled down yet. Fascinating. So it's 3% chance of paralyzing me. That's not too bad. Not too terrible. But let's kill this guy, because even 3% can proc. Okay. I guess this all would be a lot easier without the inaccuracy amulet. Although I feel like it doesn't hurt me too much right now. I don't feel gimped too hard by it. Level 16. Awesome. So with strength 16 I could presumably switch into a heavier armor, but do I really want that? I don't know yet. But I certainly know that I don't want to wear a plain +3 leather armor forever. That's for sure. Huh, so far this floor is pretty nice to me. Makes me anxious if stuff is going too smoothly here. It's Orc 2 after all. So I expect some kind of nasty surprise, and there we are. So there's a Cyclops among them, and some two-headed ogre. Gotta be careful with some stone giant that could be hanging around here. Let's get into his face. Cyclops are a lot less dangerous if you're standing right in front of them, because they will stop firing those rocks at you once you're in their face. Alright, so there's a deep troll among them. A bunch of patrols. Why not? Among all possible endings of the Orcish mines, I don't mind this one too much, because I feel like the endings with a lot of high priests or sorcerers or stuff like that are way more dangerous than just some brutes storming into me. You can kite these guys. Spellcasters are not as easy to kite and fight like these. And overall, I'm totally kicking ass here, somehow. So there's this deep troll. Let's be careful with that one. But yeah, I'm kicking his ass. Alright, not bad, not bad. So maybe I'm gonna find some remove curse here in one of those shops. That's what I'm really hoping for. This is too cocky. Let's don't do it like that. I don't want to be surrounded by ogres like that. 2 at once, okay, but more than that is a bit too overconfident. Still gotta keep in mind how low my HP are. That's very important with races like these. Okay, this ogre mage is one major problem. So let's have a look at his spells. He has the Crystal Spear spellbook, of course. Of course he has the Crystal Spear. You know what, guys? We're gonna use our Lamp of Flame here and let the flame clouds do the work. Perfect. That's why I love this item. The clouds do tremendous amounts of damage, and most of the time the enemies which get hit by the initial clouds don't bother kiting out of it. Why? I don't know. They should be kiting out of it for the sake of their life, but they don't. And I don't mind them being stupid like that. Really. It's okay for me. I can live with that. The problem about these ogre mages with the Crystal Spear is, well, potentially if they cast it 2 times in a row and hit me both times, I'm pretty much dead. And, well, I have Blinking Scrolls, but I like to not use Blinking Scrolls, because every time I use a Blinking Scroll, something went really bad. Normally I don't use Blinking Scrolls. Alright. There we go. My pack is full. Huh. Alright. So I guess I don't need this Rapier of Piercing for now. What's this book? It's a book of callings. Hey, it has a lightning spire. Let's learn the lightning spire. Why not? It's a very powerful spell, and I'm already somewhat proficient in air magic, so let's learn some summonings. I feel like, in general, if you're playing some frail race, summonings help you a lot in terms of survival, all across the board. Because every distraction which potentially attracts enemy attacks for you, instead of punching you, the enemies will punch your summons. This helps a lot for the survival of these frail guys. So there's no, or no, there's a scroll truck. Maybe I'm lucky. Another ogre mage. So let's see if I can sneak up. No, I can't. I don't know his spellbook yet, but the anti-magic bite here did the job 100% perfectly for me. So there's some nice armor stuff in here, but I don't have any armor skill, so... Oh, some books. There's a Necronomicon in there. Cool. So Necronomicon contains Necromutation, which is very cool because, well, you can't drink potions anymore with it, and you can't get hit by Dispel Undead, but you are immune to poison, rotting, negative energy, and torment, which is, for the extended game, perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. It's one of the best spells for the extended run you can get. So I really want to do an extended run here. Overall, I feel like that's something I want to do. Book of Earth containing Shatter. Book of Alchemy containing Irradiate, which is also a very nice spell. And some of those artifact books. Freezing Cloud, also not bad, but nothing I really want to have. Nope. The Necronomicon is the most interesting here, but I'm not gonna buy it. I don't know what Sif has in mind for me. Wow, this rope. This rope is so... Wow. I should get gold for it, not have to pay gold for it. Gloves of archery. I would miss the resist poison though. So yes, there's exactly one remove curse scroll in there. Well, at least one. So let's pick up this stuff. I want to have the recharging scrolls too, and something is very good too. Alright, my pack is full. Dang it. So let's try some stuff. This is a short sword of venom. I don't need that. Let's try this falchion of holy wrath. Alright. This I won't need too soon either. So we're gonna put on these hats. That's a resist poison hat. And that's an Aralek. Resist negative. Alright, this one is good. It's gonna exchange. Let's exchange that. I like it. I really like it. And it has the same amount of armor class like the old one. Perfect. And I'm having resistance from negative and electricity. Perfect. So next on the plate will be to remove this damn thing of inaccuracy. I don't want that. It's really gimping me hard. Good, good. So as soon as I get some other source for resist poison, I want to have this pair of gloves of archery. These gloves are very cool because they act, they give you a slaying bonus for ranged attacks, and since I'm planning to use this hand crossbow a lot, we're gonna keep it. Keep an eye on it, I mean. Alright, so that's the orcish mines. And we're gonna... yeah, I'm gonna go deeper into the dungeon. And so far I'm pretty happy that this run is going pretty according to plan. Everything works out pretty fine so far. The only thing I'm a bit concerned about is the ammunition problem with my bolts. They're getting less and less, but it's not too terrible, I'd say. Oh, there's a wizard. Can't sneak up. But again, spellcasters are not terribly dangerous as a Vine Stalker, as long as you can get into their face. That's really important to be able to melee attack them, and the anti-magic bite will do the rest. I'm basically kind of like a living mana viper. It's kind of like what I am. This pressure plate. I wonder what it does. Do I have digging? No. Better not try it. So I don't have any identification scrolls on me. I should have bought some down there in Orc. Oh well. Hello there, Uralka. So that's 1% chance of doing nasty stuff to me. That's not too much of a problem. Yikes. So that's one crystal spear. And I'm gonna scattershot her. No half measures here. I don't want to risk getting blown up cheap like that. So there's a gargoyle. These guys are pretty noxious. Gargoyles have a lot of armor class, low HP, but their stone arrow can really hurt a lot. I want to get rid of the other guys first, and now we're gonna pump him down, hopefully. This doesn't go too well, though. Let's use the acid wand. So, lightning spire, 47%. Not as bad as I imagined. Oh, look, a new remove curse scroll. Perfect. A ring of ice. Oh, well, I'm gonna keep it. I would prefer a resist cold ring over that, but it's not the worst thing. Brand weapon. Alright. So I guess I can give my Rapier a new go. So there's Rupert. Rupert is a big danger sign. He's one of the most notorious player killing uniques in the mid game because of his ability to paralyze and berserk immediately after that, and he can perma berserk. He doesn't have a penalty on going berserk again after ending one berserk. So basically he's a perma berserk machine with the ability to paralyze you. So it's kind of like the worst of two worlds. I don't like what's going on here. I want to get rid of this boggart. So what I'm gonna do about Rupert, I'd really like to just avoid him and not fight him at all, because, well, I usually like to deal with Rupert, like ignoring him as long as I can and killing him when I'm so super strong that he's just a joke to me. That's basically what I like to do with Rupert, but this level has some interesting downstairs scenario. Oh, they're all in this room. Okay. So let's go there. This hippogriff won't stop me. I'm not gonna dare to go further here. Ooh, that's a nice backstab party here going on. So let's be safe with the Rupert. And what about the Rapier? There's one in Orc, I dropped there, and one in Lair. I have this brand weapon scroll on me, but I also have an ice wall here on this level. And since I'm carrying around this ring of ice, I can't even try to do it. So let's get there. I want to have a look-see into that. Although I feel like the fire and ice elemental vaults are more often than not worth the trouble clearing them in terms of the loot. I mean, you get a lot of XP though in there, but loot-wise, these vaults tend to be underwhelming, to say the least. Alright, horde of ugly things in my face here, but they are not as dangerous as they were back then when I met the first of these guys. Oh, come on, dude. If he doesn't want to fight, I'm gonna respect that. Pacifistic orcs. Gotta respect that. Another thing I love about being a Stalker is I don't need to rest up too much. You can pretty much keep going, and in situations like these, when you have some time-based vault entrance, it's really cool if you're able to just run through. Don't waste too much time with regenerating back up. It's really a big advantage, especially since I don't need to wear any regeneration gear or anything like that, which would block my inventory slots. So alright, we're resistant to cold, right? Let's go into this. And it's the cloud one. Clouds and wild beasts. So maybe this is the vault with the demons at the end. Or it's the one with the ice giant at the end. I don't know yet. But these clouds are really dangerous. Although they're doing some job for me because these enemies are not ice immune. So there's an ice statue. One good thing about statues, they can regenerate, so I can just fire a few shots, step around that corner, let those ice clouds disperse, and repeat until it's gone. Alright. Ice statues are, in my opinion, the most harmless ones. I mean, they're not harmless like they can't do anything to you, but there are far worse statues out there in the game. Okay. So I guess I will face a frost giant at the end of this. I think that's the one I'm in here. And that's considerably spooky. So I wanna check out my options for now. I can heal wounds because I'm a mind stalker, but I have might, I have haste, I have agility. This should be doable. This should be absolutely doable. And my lamp of fire is recharged too, so yeah, I should have enough damage to kill off a frost giant. Because these walls tend to contain at least one enemy which is way too strong for the area you're in at that point. So we were able to ID this acid wand, and I carry around a few recharging scrolls, so I want to put up some more charges on that. And let's recharge that scattershot wand because it did a lot of good work for me too. Book of Burglary, ain't that nice. There are a few good spells in there, but I don't want to learn right now. I can't make these decisions. Oh, I just remembered that I wanted to make some spell decisions on this episode when I begin it. That's why I was standing on layer 1. Whoopsie. It's been a few days since the last episode, but I feel like I'm not too reliant on spellcasting yet, so I can just stick to this like I'm doing here right now. Spellcasting is for the later game, because right now I don't want to thin out my abilities here too much. I only skill one path of spellcasting at once right now, and not more than that, because I want to keep up the fighting and the defensive stats like dodging and fighting. Yeah. Short blades is pretty soon at 12, which is really cool, but maybe I'm gonna be switching over to a rapier pretty soon. Depends on how lucky this grand weapon scroll gets. And now we're getting closer to the end of this vault. Let's see what we have to face here. For now, it's just a bunch of lair type enemies, and this death yak shows me that I'm getting closer to the end, and I'm pretty sure that it's a frost giant. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I'm right. Hey, polar bear, come here. I don't want to shoot bolts into that because I won't be able to retrieve them out of the deep water. And I'm really low on ammo right now. Only 34 bolts left. But as soon as I start entering the depths, I shouldn't be having any problems with bolts anymore. So there's the frost giant, just as expected. Do I have a resistance potion on me? Sadly no. So let's just use this lamp of fire in his face and see how we'll go. He's already moderately wounded. He won't be able to use spells due to my anti-magic bite, And there's that. I didn't even need to use a single potion on that. I could have preemptively went into might and agility and stuff like that, but it was only shown yellow here on this screen. And since he wasn't red, I felt like, well, maybe it will work out without any potions. I was right. So let's have a look at the... That's nice. A Book of Battle. That's one of the best I could wish for. Oh, this one contains Simulacrum. Also not too bad. And this Ring of Ice I don't want to have. I already got one, thank you. And let's turn off the auto pickup for those. I don't like all this auto pickup stuff. Okay, so like I said, there was not too much bounty in this. So let's go into the lair. Or not. This is not what I wanted to happen, so let's put up this Ring of Protection from Magic, so I don't wanna... And he's even he's even having a great Sword of Distortion. This is getting worse and worse. So I might get potentially banished if I stick around this dude. So what are we gonna do? I'm gonna try to pop a Scroll of Summoning, and actually I want to get rid of this guy. I feel like with the summons maybe this can go good. Yeah, he didn't berserk. Lucky me. Alright, good. Very, very good. I'm happy he's gone. So I made good use of this summoning scroll, I'd say. So let's have a look. What can I learn? What do I want to have? Shroud of Galubria, I don't think I really want to have it. Song of Slaying could be cool, but... Spectral Weapon, not too much. Regeneration, nah. Spectral Weapon is better with heavier weapons rather than with light weapons like the ones I'm wielding right now. So right now I'm looking for spells which would help my further progress here. So Silence would be cool if I weren't already a Mind Stalker. So for now, I want to have the Passage of Galubria because I feel like more mobility is the best I can do for now. And so, also speaking of mobility, I want to have the Swiftness. So right now I'm sitting on a lot of utility spells, which is okay. Mephitic Cloud doesn't fit too much into the greater scheme of things at the moment, but I don't mind. So that's cool. I can safely proceed through the dungeon now. And when I'm able to use this Lightning Spire safely, I'm gonna go for Translocations next. That's the plan. Oh, I totally forgot about this rapier. I want to have this rapier. I want to brand it and see what'll show up. So, brand weapon. Let's hope for a lucky roll. Ugh. Yeah, sure. Chaos branding is nothing I want to use. I mean, chaos brandings are not as worse as one might think. Not as bad as one might think. But there are certainly not very good brandings. Like, the biggest problem with a chaos branded weapon is that it's pretty unreliable in terms of your outcomes on every hit. You can't even speed up your enemy or turn him invisible or let him go berserk. And yeah, imagine this frost giant from this vault going berserk on me. It's nothing you want to see happen. That's why I don't like using these weapons too much. So let's have a look at this gargoyle. It's taking forever to kill, that's the problem here. So these short blades don't have well, a short sword doesn't punch through armor class that well. It's some kind of a problem here. But I didn't suffer too much damage either, so everything's okay. Okay, so we're gonna proceed through the dungeon here. I'm gonna hit 15 pretty soon. That's one point where I always get especially anxious, because dungeon 15 can potentially contain some enemies which belong to the depths. And that's always something you gotta be careful about. And there's an unidentified scroll. It's random uselessness. Alright. So more slime creatures. Making good use of the penetration brand here. Hurting them as much as possible while lining them up in a row. Alright, let's finish them off. Okay, so he went for a berserk potion. Why not? Why not, man? I don't think these gloves will be better than the one I'm already wearing. And I don't want to turn off my resist poison here. I really like to have these resistances for free on these slots. That's a lot of imps here. And a lot of loot on these imps. That's unusual. It's pretty unusual. So I don't need this shield permanently in my inventory. Oh, there's Roxanne. So I have a book with Lee's Rapid Deconstruction, do I? Yeah, I do. So that's one cheap way of getting rid of Roxanne, but more often than not, it's not worth the pain killing her. So if I had deconstruction, I would go for it, but right now I'm not too eager trying to kill her off. So lightning spire is on 32%. It's a bit late to learn this spell, I admit, but it's such a useful spell that I really want to have it. Oh, there's some enchanted hand crossbow. Well, I guess mine is better. Considering how rare this penetration brand is, I'm really happy having it. There we go. Because you can't hide behind anything with this branding. Although it doesn't deal extra damage. That's one downside, but oh well, with a +9 hand crossbow, I can't moan about lacking damage here. Well, actually I can. This crossbow is doing nothing to this gargoyle. Look at that. A freezing wraith. Let's shoot it a bit. Centaur warrior skeleton. I could swap into a holy wrath branding, but oh well. I don't need to actually. Electrocution works well too. Let's get rid of that. Alright. Short blades is hitting 12 any moment. And that's the point where I gotta think about what to skill next. And there's a Yaktor. These merry people carry around all the bolts I need for the rest of my game. Oh, look at that. They have all lined up for me. Okay, this is getting out of hand. I need to retreat in this direction. Let's not get carried away. And this looks like the entrance to the depths. Most of the time in this area there will be a few enemies belonging to the depths. Miliai zombie. Ah well, let's holy wrath it. In there will be some enemies belonging to the depths, usually some giants or some dragon, some stuff like that. Ooh, backstab party. More backstab party. Awesome. Okay, short blades on 12. Good. Well, I feel like it's time to finally invest into some invocations. I mean. Let's turn that to 6. This won't take too long, and I can finally use my Sif Muna skills, which I'm totally not using at the moment. But I chose Sif for the late game uses of it. And there's summon butterflies, and there's apportation. Very, very useful spells. I keep underusing butterflies, sadly. For some reason I'm not smart enough using it more. I mean, look at that. They can do a lot of distraction for you. I mean, it's basically a 100% distraction spell, but they are pretty cool in breaking lines of sight with dangerous enemies. That's basically the idea behind these. And there's a bunch of gold piles. Okay, is there anything I want to buy here? There's the Necronomicon and these gloves of archery. And another freezing wraith. Let's shoot it down. Some Ifrit. Well, not having any fire resistance on these guys is not too cool, to be quite honest. So, summoning's up to 5. That's 28% chance for the Spire. And this is looking juicy. Is it good? Yes, it is. It's a very, very nice holy weapon for me, and this will replace the Holy Wrath short sword. There is no need to fiddle around with such an inferior weapon anymore. Good, good. +6 holy branded weapon. That will be useful later on. So, bit by bit, I'm grabbing up the resources I will need for an extended run. Necromutation already showed up. It's one of the more important parts of every extended run. So the next thing I would like to see would be Controlled Blink. If I have Controlled Blink, Shroud of Passage of Galubria, and Necromutation, well, most of the stuff I need is already in my hands in terms of survivability and utility spells. Alright, so let's kill this sorcerer. Splat. 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 Okay, it's a bunch of ogres. Oh no, they're not worth any consumables. Would be a waste of materials here. Wow. That was one crystal spear. Just one. Hits like a truck though. Maybe this ogre mage would have been worth some investment of resources. Maybe this was a bit cocky, but everything went out fine. So. Good. We're done with D15. So let's have a look here. This is the point where I wanna go for some rune, I guess. I would like to. Oh yeah, there's Algrep. there's Allgrab already pretty usable. Very nice. So let's drop the invocations and focus into poison magic to get that Allgrabs running, because there are not many spells which make your life down in the spider nest easier than having Allgrab's toxic radiation available. So I'm gonna head into the swamp a little bit, and I feel like for now I really want to just level up poison and summonings, because with these two schools I should be able to delve through the spider lair with ease, and that's what I want to have pretty quickly. Okay, there's some slime creature. I'm a bit reluctant to use my crossbow ammunition here too much, because all this deep water here eats ammunition pretty quickly. So I have a lot of ID scrolls on me. So let's ID that Ice Blast wand, and I want to get rid of the random effects wand. I don't like these at this point of the game too much. I don't want to say random effect wands are bad. Not at all. They're really good. But their major use is in the early game, in my opinion. Later on, they are too unreliable and have too many detrimental effects when you use them. Potentially detrimental effects, that is. So one backstab into the shambling mangrove, and I feel like I want to scattershot this thing, and it didn't do anything. Alright, so this guy has some considerable armor class, I suppose. I want to acid wand him and get rid of him quickly. Mangroves are really terrible enemies because they tend to spawn these hornets if you don't kill them fast enough. And the problem with those hornets is just basically that they can paralyze you. And what is this? Crazy. That's pretty crazy. So 2 orc corpses, rod axes, and a bunch of water staves. Alright. So there's a 3rd orc corpse. What? A 4th? And a ring. That's some weird stuff going on here. And a ring of wizardry. Yeah, nice. This brings Lightning Spire to a usable point. Awesome. So we're gonna put this on a macro. And another orc corpse. What is going on there? What is going on there? So I have Spire now, and Allgrabs is also really usable at this point. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I don't need to focus this anymore. And I want to bring up some more dodging or shields. Dodging or shields. I want to bring up shields. And put up a... No, there's already some skill target. Alright. And let's keep fighting on. Fighting is one of those skills I can never get enough from. And look at that swamp worm. It's kicking me pretty badly. So, nah. Let's move away from here. For now, that's okay. I just wanted to grab up some XP until I can use my spells properly. And for now, I feel like this is a good point to end this episode here. Before we go into the spider nest, I feel like, how long is it? Yeah, this episode is at a good point to end it. Next episode, we're gonna go into the spider nest and clear that up. Hopefully everything will be fine. My only concern for the spider nest is that I'm lacking See Invisible, which will make those ghost moths a real pain, but yeah. Ah, no, I can See Invisible with my crossbow. Alright, no problem at all. So, thanks for watching, guys. So, today I've decided that this run will be my next try on an extended 15 run, because I feel like that's one thing I want to achieve finally. In all my crawl experience, I didn't have 115 rune game. Time to change that. And I'm happy you're joining in for this adventure, and I hope you're gonna join in the next time when we continue this and clear out this dirty spider nest. Until then, enjoy your time, guys, and see you guys soon. Bye bye.